As the investigation into a North Dakota grain dealer continues, it seems to be getting bigger. 21-year-old Hunter Hansen of Leeds, North Dakota, owned a company called Midwest Grain Trading. But last summer it came to light that he'd been writing bad checks to farmers for grain he was buying. Now, several farmers are seeking payments and he is facing criminal charges. Mikkel Pates has more.
In July, Roger Harstead got a call from East Central Grain Marketing, a broker he's done business with before. They had a grain buyer for some of Harstead's spring wheat.
It was probably 20 cents a bushel above anything locally, and they pick it up and deliver it. So I said, well, yeah, I'll sell some.
Harstead sold 17,000 bushels and got a check for $111,000. But a few weeks later, his bank called and said the check wasn't good. What Harstead would come to learn is that several other farmers were in the same boat.
I told my dad, I said, I think this sets you back about 2 years, basically. And I got friends that it set them back more than that.
Do you think anybody will lose their farm over this?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, and
more than one person, I believe.
Harstead is among a handful of farmers who are formally pursuing payment on their own. Mountrail County is pursuing criminal charges based on non-sufficient fund checks to some elevators. Harstead has heard from farmers who may be owed anywhere from $10,000 to $200,000.
We have issued a cease and desist order, and that does carry legal consequences if that is violated. He can't buy grain, he can't sell grain, and from the date when we declared this, if there are any accounts receivable out there that pay him, that money that needs to be held on to.
The North Dakota Public Service Commission has received calls totaling $5 million in troubled transactions. Hansen was bonded, but if proven, the claims would quickly exceed the bond limits.
But the bonds are just typically never enough to really solve the problems that some of the ag producers might end up having.
Chrisman says it may be time to look at increasing bond levels or broadening the state indemnity fund.
The next part of it is cleaning up the mess and trying to do what you can to make these ag producers whole or as close to whole as possible.
This is Mikkel Pates in Western North Dakota for Ag Week.
Hansen has denied wrongdoing in the Harstead case. Mikkel will have much more on this story in the next Ag Week magazine.